I plan on giving you a taste of what I think about the Oscars. Today is a super exciting day for me. The Oscar nominations came out, was that last week? I think it was last week. I didn't really talk about them, one because I wasn't vlogging last week because my week was so insane, and two because by the time I would have talked about them, I would have like been behind the 8 ball and everyone had talked about them at that point. But I want to give you a little I plan on giving you a taste of what I think about the Oscars. Oh, the Oscars. With me being such a large film guy, I want to be in the film community, I want to make movies, I watch a lot of movies. The Oscars mean a lot to me. So I decided to make an Oscar-centered vlog. How the Oscars work, there's different categories. There's Best Director, Best Cinematographer, Best Music, Best Adapted Screenplay. There are all kinds of categories, but they culminate, and the most important one in most people's eyes is Best Picture. These are the movies that all of those who have votes narrowed down to as the best movies of the year. Well, it used to be that only 5 films got nominated. In the past few years, they opened it up to at the most 10 movies. This year we have 9 nominations for Best Picture, and they are as follows:
Arrival,
Fences,
Hacksaw Ridge,
Hell or High Water,
Hidden Figures,
La La Land,
Lion,
Manchester by the Sea.
Moonlight.
I think that this is a pretty strong list. I don't think there's any movies in there that I would necessarily like say don't deserve to be in there at all. Hidden Figures to me is the one that I would replace with something else, maybe a Patriots Day, something along those lines, just because I think that it isn't up to the standard that I would set. But I think that most of these movies are very strong. These 9 nominations are fantastic films. I totally see why they are nominated. These are our Best Picture nominees, and this isn't necessarily like where I have any contention with the nominees. That's gonna come later. Sorry, guys. Every year after the Oscar nominations are announced, they have the Best Picture showcase. Basically what that is, they take all the movies that were nominated for Best Picture and they put them back into theaters so that you can watch them again. And tonight I'm going to be going to the Best Picture showcase to go see Arrival. One snub that I recognize in the Oscars this year is in the Best Actress category. Amy Adams in Arrival is one of my favorite female performances of the year, and she got nothing at the Oscars, nothing. Her movie got nominated, but she did not get nominated, which I find interesting in and of itself. But I'm interested to see the movie again tonight to see if that, like, if that idea holds up after I see the movie a second time. Maybe I'm gonna get even more passionate about the fact that I think she deserved an Oscar nomination, or maybe I'm gonna say, all right, maybe she didn't. But that's it's a fantastic film. That's why I'm ready to see it again, and everyone says it's better the second time. I'm really interested in terms of the Oscars to see if I still think Amy Adams deserves that nomination as much as I thought that the first time. So like I said earlier, there are a few categories outside of Best Picture for the Oscars, one of those being Best Lead Actress in a film. There are 5 nominees. This is where we get into one of the biggest snubs, in my opinion. A snub at the Oscars is someone or a film that you think didn't get nominated that should have been nominated. For me, this is where that comes in, because let's start off.
And the nominees for lead actress are
Isabelle Huppert in Elle, Ruth Negga in Loving, Natalie Portman in Jackie, Emma Stone in La La Land, and Meryl Streep in Florence Foster Jenkins.
And I think there's an obvious one that deserves to be in here. Amy Adams from Arrival is fantastic, and I personally would obviously replace her with Meryl Streep. I mean, who really saw Florence Foster Jenkins? But this is like where the Oscars get personal for me. Arrival is one of my favorite, like easily favorite films of the year, and Amy Adams like is that film, and it's nominated for Best Picture, and she is the film, so why isn't she nominated for Best Actress? I understand that there's 9 movies nominated for Best Picture and then only 5 actresses, 5 actors, like there's only 5 as opposed to the 9, but Amy Adams was fantastic. This is my snub, like obvious snub for the year, and it's like it hits me to the core. You just can't contain your excitement to see this movie, correct?
On this episode of Kevin Connor Vlogs.
What's on this episode?
Oh, I thought you were gonna like cut and then do like a. We are at the.
Good. How are you?
You're gonna be in theater number 12.
Thank you. What were we gonna say, Nick?
I thought you were gonna put like music like right here.
This is where you put that in there.
Can we go there, please?
Of course, we're gonna see Power Rangers. 12? 12? 12.
Don't worry, close that.
Is it this side or that side?
huge congratulations.
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 Embrace this moment because just being nominated alone makes you a winner.
I get misty just holding your hand.
Thank you, AMC Theaters, for allowing me to see Oscar-worthy films again in theaters, and this cemented my snubbery of Amy Adams. I think now more than ever, Amy Adams deserves that Oscar nomination at least. Like, I don't know if she necessarily deserves the Oscar. There are a lot of great performances, but she at least deserves a nomination. That movie, like, I'm so happy that it got the Best Picture nomination, but she deserves that nomination for Best Actress. Like, undoubtedly, that movie is fantastic, and seeing it for a second time, like, cemented it for me. Well, thank you for listening to this Oscar, like, it's an entire day of Oscar rant, because it's something I care about, so I assume that you care about it. That's how this vlog thing works. Like, I create all the content, and I assume that you guys are actually interested in the content, but maybe you guys aren't interested in the content. Maybe this is like, maybe it's like a two-way street, and I'm treating it like a one-way street, and I'm just force-feeding Oscar stuff to you when you don't care. My Oscar thoughts, like, those aren't entirely my Oscar thoughts, but that's like the big thing that I care about in this year's Oscars is Amy Adams not getting nominated. So I wanted to express that. But I think that's going to be it for today. So choose virtue, choose life. So long for now. Just a little friendly reminder, you can comment below and let me know if you have any snubs that you recognize or any movies that you wish would have gotten Oscar nominations, or if you saw an Oscar nominated film and you really liked it and you want to talk about it. I love to talk, so just comment down there.